Hi guys. I really got to stop doing these early morning fucking reviews. The problem is I tend to go to sleep early because of work in the morning. Um, and I end up waking up at like something stupid like 5 in the morning, which is about an hour too soon. So what I'll tend to do is I'll think, alright, fuck it, I'll go Sky Plus, which is like Tuba for you guys. Um, so I'll just literally watch all 3 hours in 1 hour, and just fast forward all the matches and shit. So that's pretty much what I've just done. So it's 5:53. Um, let's see if we can bang out this Raw review. First thing I noticed pretty much straight off the bat is this Raw was, you know, that every now and again you maybe get two, three, four Raws that are extra, extra PG, like G, like really, really, really kiddie friendly, seen as my superhero type of episodes of Raw. And to be honest, this one was no different. You pretty much could tell straight off the bat that this is what it was going to be. So, might as well, if I was you, I'd prepare for that shit now. If you haven't seen it, prepare for that now. But straight off the bat, it was a triple threat match. It was an interesting triple threat match. You had all three competitors in the ring in the sense that um, they were kind of all managers or sidekicks of the participants of the triple threat match at Extreme Rules. So you had Zab Coulter, you had Ricardo Rodrigo, and you had what's his name, Big Zeke, that big motherfucker for Dolph Ziggler to see, all in the ring together. Um, yeah, it was what it was, kind of a joke match, which Ricardo Rodriguez won. Stipulation being that whoever won that match would pick the stipulation for Extreme Rules. So I guess Alberto Del Rio gets to pick the stipulation, which we'll find out later on tonight what that stipulation is. Um, then they did a whole like John Cena segment with kids and Make a Wish. And don't get me wrong, I admire him for doing the things that he does. Um, sometimes I think sometimes me personally, if I'm going to do charity work or if I'm going to go out my way, I don't necessarily want to sing and dance about it. I think you get other wrestlers that do it and they don't feel the need and they don't kind of spotlight it so much. Like a him that probably does shit all the time and they don't spotlight it as much as they spotlight John Cena stuff. And it just gets a bit sickening after a little while. Like you almost begin to resent him for doing the good work that he really does. And that's the problem that I have with that. I think um, if you're going to do charity work, don't sing and dance about it because it kind of defeats the purpose of doing it. You're kind of doing it for your own self promotion more than anything, and that's not a good thing. Then it was Orton versus Rhodes, decent match. It's a match I haven't seen in a while, so I actually watched the match. Um, Finish came when it was an interesting finish actually because Orton went for the RKO and Rhodes went and hit the crossroads. So I thought, no way. Of course, it was a no way because Orton kicked out of the crossroads, gave him an RKO, 1, 2, 3, Orton won. Yeah, it was a decent match. I have zero interest in Orton at right now. Until they flip that motherfucker heel, I have absolutely zero interest in him at the moment. As for Rhodes, um, I really liked him towards the end of 2011, beginning of 2012. I thought they were looking to do something with him. They've really dropped the ball with Rhodes. I don't know what the fuck has happened. Um, I'm hoping he wins some sort of Money in the Bank match He really needs it. He really needs it. Then the Bellas, they told us about the fact that the Bellas have got their own show now, um, which I think is an interesting idea. Actually, I actually quite like the idea of them having a reality show. I think if you're gonna get interest back in the divas again, I think this is the way to do it. Like people are interested in reality shows all the time, so you may as well get interest back in your own division while self-promoting your company as well by having a reality show. Um, Not being too fake about it. I think the way they're kind of doing it is the Bellas being like the Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian type of that. They're making them the star of the show, which I mean, if you're gonna go that way, they're making them like the Snooki of the show. Um, which alright, whatever. But I think it's a good idea. It will create interest and buzz in the Diva division. Um, so yeah, I actually like the idea of Nikki versus one of the Funkadactyls. How can I forget? Is it Cameron? One of the Funkadactyls, the buffer one. I actually think the dark skin one is the buffer one, which is proper nice. But the other one's nice as well. Uh, Nikki first one, and then the referee reversed the decision. So one of the Funkadactyls, well, I'm sure it's not Cameron. I'm sure it's the other one, but I've just forgotten what the other one's name is, which is weird because I actually think it's nice. So I don't know why I forget it. Then the Shield came out, cut a promo. I don't like their in-ring promos. They shouldn't do in-ring promos, in my opinion. I think they should still come across like a rogue outfit. Um, and cutting a promo and having a mic, I just don't agree with. I think they should just stick to their kind of crash cam recorded promos that they do. I think that's the better way of doing it. And I hope that they continue to do that. It just seemed a bit awkward, and they were bumbling and fumbling in terms of like getting to the point. Like it's just like today, please. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't expect everyone necessarily to agree with that point of view, but I don't know. It was just I didn't really like that in the promo. 3MD came coming out, made it a little bit more interesting, and then Kane and Daniel Bryan came out, and then it just seemed like a little bit of a clusterfuck. So made you wonder why the fuck 3MD was in there just to get their asses kicked. I think it would have made more sense had Daniel Bryan and Kane just come out, and then Shield backed off. I thought if that was what you were going to do anyway, what was the point of 3MD? 3MD. I don't know why I keep calling them 3MD. So yeah, that part kind of baffled me a little bit, but I was like, all right, whatever. Um, then you had a backstage segment between Cena and Ryback. Ryback's character is slowly starting to annoy me. I'm gonna do a video about Ryback. I was gonna do one last week. I'm starting to really dislike. I'm just a bit confused about what the point of Ryback is at the moment. Um, I'm not confused in a mysterious way, just confused in a what the fuck way. Um, so yeah, apparently they just went back and forth. Cena saying that I'm not injured, I'm hurt. Um, Last time I checked, an Achilles heel tendon is an injury, motherfucker. So I don't, whatever. So it was interesting how he had it taped for that part, but he didn't have it taped when he came out earlier. Just a word of note for that one. Um, Dolph Kofi came out for like the 50 millionth time. They had a match. I didn't watch it. Let's fast forward. Dolph won. Enough said. Then there was a backstage segment soon after that between AJ and Caitlyn. Found that kind of interesting, just because I think that's the most interesting Divas feud at the moment. They have a backstory. That's why I'm so annoyed that they didn't make that match for WrestleMania. Surely that would have made sense as a match to go ahead up for WrestleMania. A story that actually had a point. And especially if you want to give the Divas title to AJ, as I suspect will happen, I think that would have been a good moment to have at WrestleMania. I don't know. I think they missed their opportunity with that one. I really do. Um, somebody saying Caitlyn something. I don't know. I suspect that will tie back in to the Dolph AJ story. It could even be Biggie Langston. Biggie Langston. Right. Sorry. But yeah. So I suspect that will tie back in somehow. But um, yeah, I still think Caitlyn's nice. I don't fuck that. I still fuck that. So yeah. Yeah. It wasn't me that said it, by the way. um, and there was like a Brock Triple H recap. Um, basically, just the story. You could tell it was like a bit of a throwaway show. You know when like they do like stupid little recap video segments like that. You just don't give a shit. Um, yeah, and then there's, I mean, I'm gonna come to this in a minute, just because Brad Mannix had a backstage segment with Team Hell No that were basically saying that they don't care if oh with Ryback I should say, sorry, that comes after. Um, backstage segment with Ryback, where Ryback basically says that he doesn't want to participate in the handicap match with John Cena because John Cena has left his fight shield on his own, and he's afraid that an injury will mean that he would have to face a shield 3-on-1, and he wasn't going to take that chance. Basically said he walked out. Now the reason I want to bring up Brad Mannix is he was in this segment. I don't know if he talks enough, in my opinion. I was hoping he would, um, when he originally got that assistant GM role, but he doesn't seem to be talking a lot. And I think that's a shame because I think they have potentially something, even if it's just a comedic character, with the Brad Maddox. And I hope they start to using him a little bit more. I don't know, it's just a quick little thought that I thought I'd share. Let's see if I can race through these. I know YouTube tends to go a bit funny when it comes to 15-minute videos, so let's see if I can push through this real quick. Uh, Swagger Ryder had a match. Swagger won. Patriot look. Um, then they show a segment with Ryback leaving. Like good riddance at that point, but I think we all knew he wasn't leaving. You know, whenever they show somebody leaving in wrestling, you might as well know that they never actually leave the arena. So then Mark Henry had a segment which I thought was kind of interesting with the tug of war. Um, it was interesting on the face of it, and then when it happened, you're kind of like, oh. And then he kind of beat Albert and Albert Brodus Clay on a tug of war match, I guess. And then Sheamus came out. You kind of knew what it was gonna do, what was gonna happen. Just to cut forward to the bullshit, Sheamus gave him a broken. Kind of pissed off because Mark Henry is my guy. So whatever. Sick of Sheamus' shit. Then Team Hell No had a segment. Basically said, they wanted to be. They don't need Ryback. Put them in the match. They'll take on Shield by himself. They don't need Ryback. Then straight after that, so Vicky goes and tells Maddox to essentially say to Zena to chill. Basically, he's injured. He can't participate in the match. Um, if this cuts out for whatever reason, I'm gonna power through quickly. If this cuts out for whatever reason, I'll come back with a part two. Okay. So, you know what? Let me not take the risk. I'm going to come back with a part two because I want to give my final thoughts for the video. So, I'll be back.